Hi guys, Rachybop here and welcome to this week's episode of Ask Rachybop.
For Apple's apps, an iPhone theory, and talk of how your life can change with Siri. Into The Sims, but there's real life too. She loves to answer questions from all of you. Ask Rachybop.
The first question this week comes from Hop here on YouTube. What other games do you like to play and what genres? Great videos, by the way. Thank you. I like to play games like, obviously, The Sims. I like things like Civilization. I'm starting to get to grips with Tropico, those kind of games. Broken Sword, I love Broken Sword, I love Ibs. Odyssey, Peggle, I like Disney Universe, I like dance games like Just Dance, and I really like Viva Pinata, and occasionally I like a little bit of Call of Duty every now and again. Next question comes from @MathaSims on Twitter. What is the first expansion for The Sims 4 you think should come out first? This would be easy to answer if we actually knew what came with Sims 4, so I think I'm gonna wait to answer that one. It's not, if we knew that, right, we're just gonna get what we got in the base for The Sims 3, then it would be easy to say, right, well, I want to get vacations or I want to get pets or whatever, but we don't know what's going to come in the base game yet, so I don't know. The next question comes from Shell Muslet here on YouTube. What was your favourite toy as a child, and also have you ever been to Glasgow? My favourite toy was probably Cassie there. This is Cassie. No. She, I think, was my favourite toy as a child. She's the one that's coming to mind. Oh, she's a little bit dusty. She's lovely. I love her. And yes, I've been to Glasgow a few times. Next question comes from @WeStevia4 on Twitter. Do you use / have you heard of the app Shazam? Yes, I've heard of it. I don't use it because I know quite a lot of songs. I know that sounds really big-headed, but there have been, on a whole, 2 occasions that I can think of where I thought I could use Shazam right now and find out what this song is, but instead I've just gone and googled it. If you know the lyrics, you can Google it. So there's really no situation where I've needed Shazam personally, but I think it is a pretty awesome app. Next question comes from Matthew Might here on YouTube. How did you make your profile pic? Did you use green screen or something? No, nothing that technical. I literally just I got Ryan to take a few pictures of me, and then I cut myself out with the lasso, magnetic lasso, and I plopped myself on a starry background basically. Next question comes from Kevin Brown here on YouTube. What is the brand name of that little Cheshire Cat figure you have on your shelf? As presuming that they make more, I would like to get some. This is a Vinylmation by Disney. They're all like Mickey Mouse characters. They're so awesome. This is my first one. Oh, sorry. This is my first one, but I do plan on collecting them. And this was from Disneyland in California, and I love it. Basically, the pot luck on what you get. You buy from a themed box, and you get the box and you don't know what you're going to get. I bought from the Alice in Wonderland theme, and I got the Cheshire Cat, and I love it. I'm going to get some more in the future, but yeah, they're absolutely amazing. I think this was $12.95, if that gives you any idea. They come in different sizes, different themes, and they're always bringing out new ones. They're so cool. Next question comes from Molly Whitworth here on YouTube. Pens or pencils? That really depends what you're doing. If you're drawing, I think pencils. If you're writing, I think pens. Next question comes from QZZ here on YouTube. 1. Have you ever played the new Saints Row 4? 2. Fan of Florence and the Machine? 3. Have you heard of Gregory Gorgeous? And 4. Have you heard of the 99 random question tag? If so, will you do a video on it if you get your head around it? Okay, so first of all, I haven't played the new Saints Row 4, but I do intend on doing that because it has been requested on my gameplay channel. I'm not a massive fan of Florence and the Machine, don't mind them, but that's it. I have heard of Gregory Gorgeous, and I haven't heard of the 99 random question tag, but I've made a note to do that. And the next question comes from That Simmer 2001 here on YouTube. What Sims game do you like the best? The Sims 2 or The Sims 3? The Sims 3 for sure. And the final question this week comes from Hello Neil123. Have you ever been to SEAWORLD? Yes, I have been to SEAWORLD a few times, and it's somewhere that I don't think I would go again. I say this tentatively because it's something I've been mulling over recently. When I was little, I wanted to be a marine biologist for quite a few years of my life, and I was really interested in whales and dolphins and all that kind of stuff. Still am. But whenever I went to see a dolphin show, it would always make me cry, and I couldn't quite think why it made me cry, if it was because it was so beautiful or if it was just because it seemed so unnatural seeing them twirl about in the air. They were like like a piece of tuna just flying about. Oh, I don't know. I just didn't like the shows, but part of me did. I thought it was so amazing to be able to see the animals, but at the same time I think it's horrific that they're in captivity, and I don't like the thought of giving my money to businesses to keep them in captivity, although I don't mind the thought of giving my money if it's for the research. But if it is for the research, then we don't need to see them prancing about and splashing the crowd and doing things that they don't really want to do. But now with the technology we have, we are much more able than we used to be to go see these animals in the wild and to study them in the wild. So there's not as much need for these kinds of places. And I know that me not going won't make a huge difference, but if a lot of people stop going, then it will. So one becomes a lot. So if I can do a little bit to change the fact that they're keeping animals that shouldn't be kept in captivity, then that's what I'll do. We have a Sea Life Centre in Scarborough, which is an absolutely amazing place to go, and they do a lot for animals and research and things. I mean, you never know how true this really is. Or they do little seal shows and things, and I don't know where you're supposed to draw the line. There's one in Hull called the Deep. I've been there as well. I don't like the Deep. I much prefer the Sea Life Centre. And the Deep also keep tiger sharks, or they used to, and keeping tiger sharks in captivity causes their backs to bend and eventually break, so they die much earlier than they would if they weren't in captivity, which is horrendous. And yeah, I mean, where do we draw the line? I just don't feel like it's right for me to go to these places anymore. But then even if you go to a theme park these days, they've got an animal section. So really, what are you gonna do? But let me know your thoughts. I know I've rambled on a bit about that, but it's something that I'm really like, at the moment. So let me know your thoughts on whether you think SeaWorld is a good thing or a bad thing. And also, that's it for the questions this week, so ask some questions for next week if you would like to know anything from me. In the comments here on YouTube, you can ask over on my Facebook like page, facebook.com/Rachybop off of YouTube, and you can also ask on Twitter using the hashtag #AskRachybop. Thank you so much for all your questions. There's some really interesting ones this week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!